Lately I've been doing a lot of thinking about something that I previously had taken for granted. Passion. How do entrepreneurs sustain their passion for the long term? Not just day to day, not just goal to goal, but what about the next 1, 2, 3 decades? Let's do a little passion checkup. You know what it's like to be white fire on passion. You know what it's like to build your business driven by something that just burns from the inside. You probably can't even imagine yourself apart from this spirit, this passion. But have you, by chance, noticed that it's changing? I'd like you to think about your passion. Remember when you started your company, very, very beginning? Is your passion as equally vibrant at all the levels today as it was then? Is it the same or different? Are you full of unbounded energy that you can throw at all the different dimensions of your mission as you did before? Or has it changed? Are there elements about 24/7 that are a little different now than they were when you started? Are you still bouncing out of bed every day of the week, 52 weeks out of the year, clear and focused on what your next game plan is? Honestly, I have to share with you. My company is almost 40 years old. No, that's not true. My career is almost 40 years old. My business is all about passion. What's not to love about working with fellow business builders? I get to work with passion-driven business builders that are make-it-happen kind of people. You. I get to facilitate you achieving your goals in the most unforgiving economic environments and some of the more easy ones too. I get to share the joy of being able to have you achieve your destiny. But I have to admit to you, recently I felt an ache, a need for some rejuvenation. You see, I started my company, my very first company, in 1972. Then I spent 15 years on Wall Street as an undercover business broker. Then building on all that experience, I went and formed my third company, Carile, which this year will be celebrating its 23rd birthday. That's almost 40 years. 40 years of mellowing and pursuing and massaging and refining my mission. A lot of other people at this point are thinking about retirement. Retirement's not for me. But honestly, I do need a break. I'm a little embarrassed to think that. How can you need a break from what you're passionate about? Is this something I should worry about? Fact of the matter is, I don't know how to rejuvenate for the next 40 years. Fortunately, I realized that rejuvenation needs are as varied as rejuvenation solutions. They come in all sizes. There's rejuvenation for day-to-day, for goal-to-goal, and there is rejuvenation available for the next 1, 2, and 3 decades. All right, let me find out a little bit about your experience with rejuvenation. Who will give me an example of how you rejuvenate? Who's got, thank you, Alicia.
I work for a Jewish company, and recently we've been going through our holidays. So there's two ways of rejuvenation. One is the weekly Shabbat, where you, at this eve of Friday, basically don't do anything until Sunday. And the other is the yearly rejuvenation. Right now it's Sukkot, which
Great.
is
Excellent, excellent. I think that a lot of times we have opportunities to rejuvenate if we pay attention. But let me tell you what I discovered. I discovered a way to rejuvenate. This is an idea I have about how to rejuvenate for that 1, 2, and 3 decades. Because sustainability of the long-term passion is what we entrepreneurs really need to focus on. Perhaps it's time for sabbatical. Sabbatical is an interesting word. In fact, it comes, like Alicia's employer, from the word Sabbath. Turns out even God needed a break, some rejuvenation, after he created the earth. It worked. Now, sabbatical has become a little bit more traditional in the academic field. There, academicians usually are granted some opportunities for sabbaticals based on their high performance. Typically, it's a one-year sabbatical for a 7-year worth of effort. And they're expected to go out and do research and refine their skills. Even employees who are getting paid for a living have the opportunity to take a day off. Sunday, if they choose not to do errands, is actually one such sabbatical. So imagine what a sabbatical might be for you. How many of you have heard of the Genius Awards? Go ahead, Alicia, what is it?
I don't know, I just what you say.
All right, you did. All right. Excellent. I'll say it again. The Genius Award is a grant from the MacArthur Foundation of $500,000. It's provided to a list of individuals each year that they come up with. Now, the charter declares that this is not a reward for past accomplishment. Instead, it's acknowledgement of a person's originality, insights, and creativity. You don't have to wait to receive the Genius Award. You can actually create your own sabbatical. The best part about a sabbatical is that it allows you to dam your passion. What I mean by dam is that dam like we do with water, where we orchestrate it and make sure that it ends up not flowing continuously, but becomes available, sustainable power. When it comes to passion, DAM is actually an acronym. D stands for define, A stands for analyze, and M stands for measure. So to have a really authentic sabbatical, D stands for define, and you're going to define rejuvenated passion for you. A, which stands for analyze, is the how and why and where you will actually rejuvenate. And the M stands for measure, and that's measuring your progress against your success. So let's start with definition. For me, the definition of rejuvenation is about living and operating all my dimensions as a passionate individual. You see, it turned out that with my company, I was really focused on one dimension, the passion driving focus of building my business. And I ended up, if you will, diluting some of my other focus. But I was never a one-dimensional person. I'm a multifaceted, passionate individual. So my definition of rejuvenation is living and operating as a multifaceted, passionate person. That brings us to A, analysis. Analysis is about the how and the where. I determined that technology is really driving and facilitating the ability to have multifaceted relationships all over the place. Technology has become literally the infrastructure of the 21st century community, sense of community. As I analyzed my process, I began to think in terms of a picture that came to my mind. What if I were a reborn child, coming into a world that always existed with the internet? But I had my 40 years of experience. I then tried to figure out, well, where would I want to practice my relationship building, multifaceted relationships? And I decided it ought to be someplace where these places would be making the largest impact in the world for the next 1, 2, and 3 decades. I thought of places like China and India and Brazil. Okay, that brings us to measure. For me, measuring rejuvenation is all about eliminating the obstacles between me and the multifaceted possibilities of others. That gives me the opportunity to source energy from not just one dimension of a relationship, but multiple dimensions of a relationship. And with all that energy surging from each of my relationships, I'd have more personal energy to reinvest in my company as I chose. So sabbatical allows you to dam your passion and channel it. D stands for define. A stands for analyze, and M stands for measure. Now, that's how you optimize a sabbatical, but you got to be careful not to sabotage your sabbatical. You see, there are 3 myths that you better explode. Myth number 1 is, my company can't do without me. Myth number 2, it's only about business. Myth number 3, you can't get paid. Let's make sure that we break up those myths. Myth number 1, my company can't operate without me. A sabbatical is a perfect test of your continuity program. Plan ahead. Myth number 2, it's only about business. Not necessarily. Take a page from the MacArthur Foundation, the Genius Award. It's not about a reward for what you did yesterday. It's an investment in you as a person, your originality, your insights, and your future. And the third one, you can't get paid. You're an entrepreneur. I think you can figure it out. So this is really opportune, because clearly you don't want to take your passion for granted. As a business builder driving a business that's passionate, you want to protect yourself. So, fortunately, there are different packages of rejuvenation for different rejuvenation needs. Anything from day to day to project to 1, 2, or 3 decades, which is a lot of building opportunities. So do you think it would be interesting to go ahead and customize a rejuvenation package for yourself? You don't want to wait until it's too late. Let's turn to exercise number 1.